Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ganesh.
So today's question is, can you share a real-world example of how custom software resolved a specific client challenge?
Yeah, definitely. So in 2015, we had a customer who approached us who were into soft drinks manufacturing. So this
Okay.
company, they started, I think, somewhere around 2012, and they are basically into making various soft drinks like rose milk, badam milk, and various other soft drinks which are distributed in sachets, in packets. Okay. So when they started very small. Their operations were very small because their turnover was very less, and they were using Excel sheets to handle everything inside their company. So these raw materials that they were purchasing, the ingredients, the stocks that they were maintaining, sales, the collections, expenses, team, everything was being handled in various Excel sheets. So initially, when they were running their company, since their operations were less, the Excel sheets was doing a great job. And over a period of time, they also had to dedicatedly allocate an employee to just handle these Excel sheets. As the operations kept increasing, as the entries into these Excel sheets started increasing, they had 4 or 5 different Excel sheets that they were maintaining for different aspects that I mentioned. And beyond a particular level, what happened is they found that these Excel sheets started creating some problems. One is they had to maintain a dedicated team member for it who was to work from morning to evening just to maintain these, and the MD used to get them updated Excel sheets once every day around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. in the evening, and it started creating some problems. For example, there were regularly manual errors that used to happen, because the disadvantage of Excel sheet is, one is, if you by mistake make an mistake in an entry or you delete a cell, it's very difficult for you to go and fix it. Okay, especially when it becomes like, you have 5 Excel sheets and there are hundreds of entries every single day, it becomes almost impractical to go and fix those errors. So they started compromising on their operations. MD started getting into concern that how am I going to scale up my business, because the data that is getting captured and that is getting presented to me, I don't know the sanctity of the data. I don't know whether the data is 100% correct. So when the stock goes down in the factory or there's some stock that is missing, they are clueless whether it is something that's created on the Excel sheet because of some data entry, or is there actually some production issues, or is there some theft that is happening. They have no clue. Okay, so they were at the mercy of how the team members were updating the Excel sheets. And that is when this customer approached us through their chartered accountant. So their chartered accountant informed the customer that why don't you get a software, a custom software for yourself, because your operations are growing, and they were on a growing phase. That's the reason why all the challenges came up. So they approached us, and we created a very very simple. I mean, the front end is quite simple, the interface is quite simple, but of course all the heavy lifting happened on the back end, where all the stocks, the ingredients, and the formulas for creating those drinks, the stocks, sales, collections, expense handling, team management, everything was created on a custom software solution. And from 2015 till today, they are still our valuable customers, and they have been consistently growing their business year on year over the last 8 years. It's such an intuitive software that even the employees who are working on those machines, who are probably not educated, they don't know how to use sophisticated softwares, even they are able to use those softwares. Even they are able to use what we are doing. And the sales is basically handled by agents. A person comes with an auto rickshaw, and then the person collects, let's say, 100 packets or 500 packets, goes, sells, and comes back. So it is that kind of a team who is, they're not educated, well educated, who can handle very sophisticated softwares and all. It is that kind of a team who need very very intuitive, very simple looking interfaces, very easy to handle, just one click here, one entry here. Keeping that in mind, we prepared the software, and for the last 8 years, they've been using the software. No data issues. Everything is in control. So the moment a raw material comes in, until the collection of the sales happen, every single thing is systemized and controlled in the system. And the MD is pretty happy about it, and he's been with us for more than 8 years now. So this is a typical example of how a software can help a customer, especially in the growing phase of their business. So if this company was not growing, for example, when they started around 2012, and if they were not growing, probably they would have never needed a software, because an Excel sheet is more than sufficient if the operations are very limited. Okay. But if the company is taking up it as a challenge that we have to scale up, we have to grow, we have to help more customers, we have to have more team members, serve more team members, have a greater revenue, more profits, that is when slowly what happens is Excel sheets, they become too difficult to handle the whole operations, and that is when a software can actually help. And this particular soft drinks manufacturing company is a classic example. I can give you plenty of examples which are similar to this. So this is the example that I would like to give you. Thank you, Ganesh.
Yeah, thank you for the answer, sir. It was very valuable. Looking forward to getting more questions answered from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.